The automatic transmission is one of the greatest innovations in the car industry. It's only second to self-driving cars, which are yet to be produced for the mass market in significant enough numbers to challenge human-controlled vehicles. Trucks are another matter, but we are talking about cars that people use on a daily basis to commute to work, do the school run, grab some groceries, etc. Unfortunately, the innovation of an automatic gearbox has brought with it its fair share of safety and reliability problems. So if you want to give your automatic transmission a long life, you should avoid the following bad habits when driving. Before I get into this video, kindly subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get all the latest videos and updates instantly. Let's go ahead and find out more in this video. One. Driving downhill in neutral gear. Coasting in neutral to save a bit of gas may have been common for older style manual transmissions in the 70s. But the modern automatic transmission engine combination can save fuel without you helping it by shifting your gear to neutral. The neutral gear effectively takes away your control of the car. It is actually illegal to use the neutral gear in 15 states across the USA. 2. Engaging the reverse gear before you stop. Engaging the reverse gear before the car completely stops is detrimental to the transmission. You are basically forcing the automatic transmission system to stop the car instead of allowing the brakes to do their job. 3. Revving the car in neutral. You may be tempted to rev your engine in neutral before you slam it into drive in a misguided attempt to launch yourself forward as fast as your car can go. Hint: it's not a Tesla. There's no ludicrous mode. You should never do this with an automatic transmission car because you are wearing out the bands of your transmission system and they're costly to replace. 4. Selecting neutral at a red light. Again, putting it in neutral is not a way to save fuel in automatic transmission cars. You will be just compromising control of the vehicle without the added advantage of saving any fuel. 5. Shifting to park before you stop. There are some models of cars that may allow you to shift into park before you come to a complete stop. However, you should never do this because you will damage the brake locking pin that is used to keep your car running. 6. Driving before warming the engine. During winters or cold weather, the oil will thicken and therefore move very slowly. For older cars without fuel injection, this can take a little while to rectify. So give the transmission system a minute or so to warm up so the oil can start lubricating the engine parts and reduce any unnecessary wear and tear. But with modern cars under normal driving conditions, there's no need to warm up your car before driving it, even if you haven't driven it for days. Notice how, when you start the car, it will often go into high idle for a few seconds. That's the car doing what it needs to do without your help. 7. neglecting to check the transmission fluid. An old adage goes, prevention is better than a cure. The general recommendation from most vehicle manufacturers is to have the transmission oil checked regularly and replaced every 3,000 to 4,500 miles on the road. Transmission fluid doesn't cost a lot, nor does it take a lot of time to be checked or changed. 8. Incorrectly using the transmission for engine braking. If you need to slow down, and you have plenty of room and time to do so, such as when descending a steep incline, using your transmission to slow the vehicle, called engine braking or downshifting, can make a lot of sense because it reduces fuel consumption. The engine doesn't use more fuel when you downshift, it only burns fuel when you use the accelerator. When you downshift to reduce speed, the engine essentially stops burning any fuel at all, which makes it better than coasting along in neutral, as an idling engine still burns fuel. Downshifting reduces brake wear. Engine braking spares your brakes, and also keeps them from overheating. But don't overdo it. As a rule, use engine braking to reduce the need for using your brakes, but not to replace them altogether. 9. Keeping the fuel tank almost empty. In your fuel tank, the fuel pump sends fuel from the tank to the engine. This fuel pump relies on the fuel, petrol or diesel, in the tank to keep it cool and lubricated. Driving with a tank that's almost empty means that the pump isn't being lubricated as much as it should and is at risk of overheating and failing. Repairing the fuel pump can be quite expensive. Much more so than a tank of fuel. In addition, driving with a low tank can make the fuel filter in the pump dirty a lot faster. Because any sediment or dirt sinks to the bottom of the tank, the fuel filter can end up getting blocked or take in dirty fuel, which can also be a very costly thing to fix. That's it for today. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in next episode of Get Smart. Peace.